All right, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Just decided let me try to get another quick video in real quick. Hopefully, my intention is not for this video to be too long, but hey, if it is, oh well. Thanks for tuning in. Level Up Sports ENT. All right, let's chit chat about this. So it looks like Canelo Alvarez is looking to fight Dmitry Bivol. All right, as his replacement fight for September 18th, seeing as the fight, the potential undisputed bout between him and Caleb Plant fell through. It's not happening. So it looks like Team Alvarez has moved on and has shifted their interests to fighting Dmitry Bivol. All right? If this, I'm gonna keep it a buck, like I always do, $1.50. Um, I personally am more excited about this fight, okay, than I was for the Caleb Plant fight. All right, no disrespect to Caleb Plant. I like Caleb Plant. I think Caleb Plant is a solid fighter, has a good skill set, but I just do not believe that Caleb Plant has developed the necessary experience required to be able to get in the ring and be competitive and get a win over a guy like Canelo Alvarez. Caleb Plant, up to this point, like I mentioned in my other videos, has fought absolutely nobody. You sit up here, you have a career thus far in which you have fought nothing but D-level, C-level fighters, and now I'm supposed to believe that you can just go into this match with Canelo Alvarez and beat him. All right? I like the Bivol fight better. Okay, I think Bivol is a more proven champion. All right, I think Dmitry Bivol is more closer to being a top 10 pound for pound fighter than Caleb Plant is. All right, I think it's just a tougher fight for Canelo. It's actually It's actually a fight that I'm not actually picking Canelo to win. Canelo could win, he could, but I'm not picking him to win this fight. I think Bivol could get him. All right. I don't care who wins the fight. I just want to see a good fight. I am a big fan of both Canelo Alvarez and Dmitry Bivol. All right. Honestly, I only like personally. I'm only really a big fan of only about maybe 10, 11 professional fighters. All right. And Bivol and Canelo Alvarez are two of those fighters. So I'm stoked to see two of my favorite fighters getting ready to possibly getting ready to fight. Okay, um, if this fight does go down, it looks like it's going to be at a catch weight of 170 pounds. All right, I'm not really too bent out of shape about that, like a lot of people are. All right, um, I know Canelo Alvarez has this reputation of the whole catch weight thing and everything like that. But if I'm not mistaken, Canelo hasn't fought at a catch weight in a while. All right, I could be wrong, but I think his last catch weight fight was that might have been Julio Cesar Chavez. That was at a catch weight, I believe, a catch weight of 164. All right. So I mean, I'm not like I don't. The reason why I don't mind the catch weight is simply because, like, okay, you can tell by Bivol's frame, okay, his body frame, that he is not a natural 175 pounder. Okay, yeah, he's 6 feet, but Bivol has a thin, kind of a narrow frame. All right, and there were actually even talks, like legit talks, of him moving all the way down to super middleweight to 168 to possibly fight Callum Smith when Callum Smith was the WBA and the Ring Magazine champion. All right, there were legit talks of him being able to comfortably make that weight, move down there and go fight him. And some other 168 pounders. All right. If there was a legit weight class in between super middleweight and light heavyweight, that would probably be Bivol's real weight. He's kind of like an in between type of fighter due to his body frame. He's 6 feet, but he's not a big, bulky, wide body, stocky body frame type guy or whatever. Um, which is why, I mean, there's never been any issue with him making weight um, at 175. And because of the thin frame, kind of narrow body frame that he has, there probably will be no issue with him making the weight, making this catch weight of 170. All right. His team just asks for a little bit more time, I guess, to travel, train, and get acclimated, and just a little bit more time to make the weight. Now, allegedly, Bivol has already been training since, I guess, he and his team were aware of the fact that if the Caleb Plant fight fell through, that he would more likely be next in line. Okay, so the rumor is that his team, they've already been training. So I'm thinking, okay, if they've already been training, well, then how much more time, do you possibly need? Because Canelo Alvarez, his team, they don't really seem to be interested in moving off of that September 18th date. Okay, so I hope that this doesn't become an issue, all right? And that we can get this fight, because if this fight doesn't happen, good Lord, I think the next guy in line is probably John Ryder, all right? And I am not remotely interested in seeing that fight. I'm not remotely interested at all in seeing Canelo Alvarez in the ring beating down the crap out of another one of these Euro bums, all right? I don't want to see any more Billy Joe Saunders, Callum Smith, Rocky Fielding, Liam Smith. I've seen enough of that. We've seen enough of Canelo in the ring beating the living daylights out of these C and B level UK fighters, all right? So hopefully, I hope that this Bivol fight works itself out. The only thing that I'm not really stoked about is that it looks like Bivol's, if this fight does happen, Bivol's WBA light heavyweight title will be on the line, all right? And I've always been consistent about this. I do not agree with legit titles being on the line when a fight is being fought at a catch weight, all right? If a title is going to be on the line, it needs to be at the exact weight limit for that belt, all right, for that weight class, okay? Now, if they're going to fight at this catch weight and Bivol's belt is going to be on the line, well, then I think at least it would be fair, it'd be respectable for at least, not all of Canelo's belts, because Canelo holds 3 belts. He holds the WBA, the WBC, and the WBO at super middleweight, okay? At the very least, Canelo's WBA super middleweight title should also be on the line. I think that'd be some real BS if going into this fight, the only fighter going into this fight putting a belt on the line being Bivol. I think that'd be a straight BS move on the part of Canelo, okay? At least Canelo's WBA belt, one of his belts, the WBA belt, probably, because they're both WBA champions, okay? Bivol at light heavyweight, Canelo at super middleweight. So I don't see why Canelo's belt can't be on the line as well, all right? I think it's just straight BS. If only Bivol's belt is up for grabs, because then that would mean that, okay, if Bivol wins the fight, he wins the fight, doesn't get a belt out of the deal. Yeah, he wins the fight, he gets the recognition of having being beat Canelo Alvarez, if he were to beat him, okay, he'd be the only fighter other than Floyd Mayweather to do that. But still, I don't like Bivol's belt being on the line at a catchweight number one. Okay, either have both of them put belts on the line, or nobody put a belt on the line at all. That's how I look at it. All right, but nonetheless, I like this fight. I'm stoked about this fight. I hope this fight happens. All right, I think, like I said, Bivol along with Artur Beterbiev are the only fighters that I truly believe can get Canelo. The fighters that are between the weight classes that Canelo's currently been fighting at. So basically, all the top guys from 60 to 75, there are only two names that I have consistently said that I think could get Canelo, and that's Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. All right. Bivol has good footwork. He has good defense. He doesn't get hit a lot. All right. He has power. He has a really good jab, really good strong power jab. All right. He has good movement. He has really good movement for a light heavyweight. Really good movement. All right. He can do a lot of things. He has the height advantage, the reach advantage. He's 6 feet. I think he's got like a 71 or 72-inch arm reach. I don't know. I could be wrong about that, but I know he's about 6 feet. Okay. So he's got that advantage, the height and reach advantage. Okay. He throws good combinations, even though his combinations are they can be kind of repetitive. All right, and I think a guy like Canelo, it may take him a few rounds, but eventually a guy like Canelo might be able to catch on to the repetitiveness of those combinations. All right, and he can time them and counter Bivol. But Bivol himself is also a really good counterpuncher, as well as he throws really good punches and good jabs from the outside. All right. Now, he doesn't go to the body a lot, okay? But he is really accurate, okay, with his headshots. But Canelo Alvarez has good defense himself, and Canelo Alvarez has superb, elite level upper body movement, okay? So Canelo's not the easiest guy to land a headshot on, all right? So it's an interesting fight. It's a dope fight. This is not no... People out there trying to make it seem as if, Canelo Alvarez is cherry picking Dmitry Bivol. This is not a cherry pick. This is a much more dangerous fight than Caleb Plant. Okay, much more dangerous. Much more dangerous. All right. So yeah, I hope this fight gets done. Let's see if it gets done. Hopefully it does. I know that, like I said, Canelo's team doesn't really seem interested in moving off of that September 18th date. Bivol allegedly has already been training, so I don't know how much extra time that they would need, but hopefully if they really do need the time, hopefully Team Canelo will accommodate that and we can get this fight, because I do not want to see Canelo versus John Ryder, and I heard that John Ryder will probably more than likely be next in line, okay, if the Bivol fight doesn't go down. So hopefully this fight does. This is a good fight, and actually Bivol or Beterbiev, those were the guys that I was interested in seeing Canelo Alvarez fight, if he were to show interest and moving up to 175. I was not remotely interested at all in the Sergey Kovalev fight. So I'm glad that he's going this route, seeing as the Caleb Plant fight is pretty much dead. All right, but anyways, those are just my thoughts on the matter. As usual, go ahead, leave your thoughts, comments, questions, concerns in the comments section. And once again, thanks for tuning in. Level up, Sports ENT, and I'm out. Peace.